We are live. Incredible.
No, really?
I know. And
Are you sure?
All signs point to yes.
Oh my God. Hello,
and
everyone.
Hi. And it's Thursday at 7 Eastern Time. And I'm Rand Hoppy. I am the executive director of the Jack Kirby Museum, founder, year 2005. Tom?
I am Tom Kraft. I am the president of the Jack Kirby Museum since 2010, I think.
2010? Yeah, something like
10
that.
years?
Yeah. Oh, man. You've been kicking ass for 10 years.
And you've been kicking ass for 15.
You're
actually, actually, probably more than 15 because you founded it. So.
Well, yeah. So it was around a little bit longer then. And Ruben is with us on Facebook.
Thank Ruben goodness. From Somerville, Massachusetts.
That's right. So we're here. We're here from the Jack Kirby Museum. We are celebrating. Not celebrating anything. It's October, so we decided to celebrate the demon because it's like a horror comic, and we just came out of. Let me get over to that screen. We just came out of the Fourth World Summer.
What a summer that was.
Not a summer, the pandemic summer.
Yeah.
And, we went through the Fourth World. It was really fun. Please go check our YouTube channel. Some of you are visiting us on YouTube right now. So it's right there, over to the side with the drop down on the thing. And then on Kirby's birthday, we did 26 events. Hour-long events with a whole bunch of people we talked to. It was really, really great. And, check that stuff out too. I still have work to do. I keep mentioning it, but and I'll get around to it, I swear. But those videos need a little TLC. But then we decided in October to start the month of the demon. So we did October 1st. We did episode 1, 3 issues. Then we went to episode 2 on October 8th. Every Thursday we've been doing this thing. And then last week we did episode 3 with Witch Boy and the first
9.
What's that?
9 issues so far.
Yeah, 9 so far. And we got to the first 2 episodes of the Phantom, but here we are. We're at episode 4. We're going to look at the last episode of the Phantom, and then we're going to do the first 2 out of 3 of Baron von Evilstein.
So I think people are wondering at this moment, Ran, like,
what
you're gonna? Yeah, they're wondering. Like, October, Halloween is going to end like in a week.
Yeah.
What is next? What does the museum have plans for next?
Holiday specials.
Ooh.
Right. Thanksgiving, Christmas, just kind of, a potpourri of whatever we can, pull together. But
they're going to want more detail than that eventually.
I still want to do an overview of the Fourth World, man, because we were like in the details on that. I kind of want to be like, and here's, an hour's worth of just like big picture Fourth World. I don't know. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be fun. Well, we only have 2 months?
Yeah.
We got November, December, then it's not 50 years anymore.
Well, yeah, the Fourth World. That's right. But it's still 50 years since an issue came out, right? Because it was coming out for 2 years. So
that's true. That's
right?
True. So we're going to be doing Fourth World for 2 years.
What? Yes. Through the Fourth World, we're going to Commandy. We did run that fun poll on Twitter where we were like, "What should we do next?"
Yeah, it seemed like it was OMAC. And
more 70s stuff.
Dingbats, stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be fun to go through that. We've got some.
I think at some point it'd be fun to go way back to like the golden age, like even like I've been working a lot going through newspapers.com and looking at a lot of the stuff that Jack did back in 1936, 1937 through 1940. Be interesting to nobody's seen most of this stuff or even realize that Jack had a huge career in comic strips.
All right.
He did hundreds of comic strips before he even got to Captain America in 1940. It's amazing how much he did.
And we could even do something about Jack Kirby's first superhero.
That's true. Which is
the Blue Beetle.
Oh, the Blue Beetle. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he did the comic strip, right?
That's
Is that
right.
what you're talking about? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need more. I need more data on that. I need to get more images and stuff, but it's hard to find that stuff because it was only published in one newspaper, the Boston Transcript, Evening Transcript, and I went to the Boston, the main branch of the museum, and they have all the microfilm of it. And I need to go back, but with COVID, I can't obviously go back. I called them, and they said that they're not accepting anybody to come in.
Yeah, but the problem is that the microfilm. I mean, I looked at the scans of the microfilm.
They're terrible.
And they're not good. So
they're terrible.
That's the New York Public Library had them all on microfilm and then scanned, and it's like you do the best you can, but you don't get like fantastic print quality. So
yeah, that's a problem.
Yep.
They actually, the Boston Library has all the physical newspapers in their archive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to try to arrange, because you can make private appointments to view the stuff, which would be great if I got one of those scanners that you could have that has the arm that goes over. Then I could just open it up and scan it, open it up and scan it, and they'll scan at 20 megapixels, which is not great, but it's something. It's better than the microfilm, without a doubt.
Sure.
Anyway,
but we could just keep going on the fourth world. We could have a week. We could have multiple episodes on the Glory Boat alone.
Yeah.
But well, shall we take a look at these three issues? What do you say?
Yes, we should.
The time, all right. Great to see Steve and Bob and Lynn. So here's our cover. So
cool. Where did we leave off last week?
That's it. Where did we leave our heroes?
Harvey Fairfax.
Farley Fairfax.
The
Phantom has abducted Glenda.
Oh my God!
Right?
And why? Why? Because he thinks that she is
Galatea,
which was this witch that did something to. We don't know what yet.
You don't know what? Please.
But something happened.
Yep.
And he thinks that she is her. Is she? Something like that.
And then he drags her to the abandoned theater where all the trouble took place. And he's going to recreate it. And then it's and tune in next issue. So that's pretty much where we left them, I think.
There you go.
And the team, like Harvey and Randu, they're in the sewers or they're out of the sewers. I think we see them get out.
They are. I thought they were in sewers still, running around trying to find them. No, they're still in the sewers.
All right. So we've got, again, I believe this is our first story, set of a larger story that does not have Jason Blood or Merlin narrating. So it's kind of fun. We just kind of have a normal narrator.
But I should also mention that in the D of Demon, this is the first time that Mike went ahead and put a skeleton in there.
Got that skull. Yep.
That's Mike's skull.
Yes. Mike made that happen.
It shows how much he really liked doing this issue. And actually, we have a photo. I don't know if you might have got it. There's a photo of Mike inking this exact page. And
no.
Yeah, if you ever look at the Pencils and Inks book from IDW that I worked on, and with the museum and with IDW, there's a photo of Mike bent over the drafting table, inking this exact page at that exact moment.
Oh, that's fun. All right, so he's backstage. Etrigan is he is using some Merlin magic, and oh wait, we have this, of course.
And there's the page.
Yeah, so that's from the pencil photocopy on the right to the original art in the center, and then what was printed. And
it's beautiful. I love the splash is just really nice.
That's very nice. Yeah.
Composition wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then we end up, we've got this, it's the theater. It's the act of when Farley is, Glenda, Galatea and Farley are causing trouble. But, Etrigan is like, the powers that Merlin has given me, the deed is done. I can see everyone, but they can't see me. So we're back. We're having a flashback moment here.
Right. But he had Glenda go, well, I don't know. Wait, never mind. Forget that. Let's continue.
So then, there's the audio. I mean, it's a very cool spread.
It's beautiful.
Really nice. But apparently Galatea is like, I've been, I just don't act like a sorceress. I'm practicing witchcraft now. And not only that, but you like your face so much and you've been going out with me, but you're two-timing me. So you're going to pay and I'm going to cause trouble with your face.
Yep.
And she calls on the soul.
Look at that evil face, like the third panel.
Yeah, the third
and look
panel.
at his face on the second. It's like, oh my God, this woman is crazy.
Hell? You're ruining the play. The show must go on.
What are you doing?
So then she calls out the soul snatcher, and the soul snatcher is basically rips his face off. He was the handsomest actor of all. Now he's not handsome anymore. And then what happens? Ah! My face.
Look at it.
So there's the original art, which
it's even more powerful and stronger. The eyeballs popping out like that.
I apologize, but if I'm stepping out of bounds, but Mike Mignola owns this page. He scanned it for us and gave it to us for our
very nice of him.
Very, very nice. Yeah, he's a very, very happy owner.
I actually saw him last year in LA, and I thanked him for it, and it's nice of him.
Yep. But this is interesting. You get to see what Mike was up to, which with the lettering. I mean, the display type. I am wondering what's going on with why that large S had to go behind its head. That's just me, and I'm just wondering, like, why? I don't understand. But
well, also the chapter 2 thing is kind of weird too, because it's the only time he ever had it floating and not.
He usually did circles and stuff. I mean, maybe it might have been in a big rush. I'm sorry to say, it's possible. I know he was really working really, really hard. It's a beautiful page. I love how he split up the word balloons and put the one look over on the right-hand side. So very cool. Lovely.
Yep.
Just so great. Okay. So then we're here. So we kind of have the demon.
Another creature.
Etrigan is still kind of like watching. Oh, hey, wait a minute. He's not watching. He's in. Oh, no. We're in the future now. We're in the present.
No, in the present. So that
and that's Farley in the present. And he's like, you don't know. She just looks like the sorceress. That's not her.
And then he asks her to be kind of like, well, let's continue on. I think it's the next page.
I know, but he's also like, Farley asks the demon for help.
Mm-hmm.
And the demon's like, yeah, I'll help you out. Which I think is like, okay. He's like the mystical hero.
Yeah. So he has to battle in order to, get this thing to go back to bring back the dead, basically, because she died.
So he's trying to find Galatea. He doesn't know that she's dead. And there's this pesky guy here in the center tier. He's like, it's me, Asmodon. I'm Satan's steward. I'll tell you where Galatea is, but first you got to fight it out of me. So
whoever wins gets to control it.
I guess, yeah. So there's
kind of.
Yeah. And then he surrenders because Etrigan wins. I mean, it's just great.
It's interesting in the last panel that he's crawling on top of him. It's very
Yeah, he's got
similar
his
to
knee
the way
on his chest.
Darkseid did that over Desaad.
Yeah. So then it's like, ha, no, you
Wow, what a
can't
fate.
find her because she's dead. And now I'm free. So
Drowned on a sea voyage.
She drowned on a sea
It
voyage.
can happen,
Anything, You have a piano dropped on you, Cause like,
that could happen.
Happens? So, yeah, he's laughing up here. This is great. But, okay, well, he's gone. He's free. All right. So now what?
I think this is the only comic series that Jack had laughing so much into the comic book. Okay. Everybody seems to be laughing.
But then it's like the demon's like, okay, yeah. So then he feels that because Galatea was such a witch, that witches' spirits linger, and he can put her spirit inside of Glenda, and then look at her eyes. She's like another person. So that's it. Yeah. And then that's the end of chapter 2. And then she's like, yep,
taking charge.
She's taking numbers. Yeah. She's running amok even.
Slapping the demon.
Yeah, that's right. Face palm. And so she's got fire, and she's gonna say, yeah, you want your face? You want your face? Sure, there it is. There's your face. Oh, go in closer. And then there's
he's stupid enough to do it.
And Etrigan is like, no,
don't do that. No, wait. No, don't wait. What are you doing? Don't rush.
Well. Lots of dots.
Lots of Kirby dots in there.
Yeah.
Crackle.
Well said, Farley. You'd risk all for that.
That's a great page.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
The hands coming out at the bottom there.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So he sees it, and then guess what? It's the Soul Snatcher, and that's it.
And he basically leaves.
Yeah. And what happens? The spirit has left Glenda. Etrigan's doing a lot of thinking, telling us what's going on. And then Farley's got his face back.
Yay! End of story. Good.
Yeah. Okay. See you around the corner. See you later. No, sorry.
No. Something's gonna go. Oh no.
Oh man. So yeah.
He's not looking good.
No, it's got one of those classic Kirby 3-panel transitions. There's been a lot of those in these issues.
Especially in 2000. Well, I mean, with this aging thing, it's like 2001 where the seed and all that. And
So then the cops show up. We found the girl. There's the Phantom, because he had yellow legs and a red tunic. No, but that's okay. But the boys are still in the sewers.
Yep.
And it's like, well, let me try my ESP. Come on.
It's like, why didn't you do that at the beginning? Like when this last issue, then we would have made it faster and easier.
Yeah. But then he finds
this is cool. I like this part.
Yeah, he finds the Phantom's lair with all of his sidewalk furniture, and there's the mannequin of Galatea.
And Galatea possesses the mannequin, the wax thing.
Yeah,
and it has color to it now, because before originally it wasn't.
Right. And Galatea is actually, isn't that like from the Pygmalion story? I think the whole guy, wishing creating a sculpture. I don't know. It's like Pygmalion and My Fair Lady, like supposedly all about Galatea was the original name of the female. She's stumbling. It's the dummy.
It's amazing how wax can walk.
I know. Oh my gosh, there's a whole
and then we're laughing.
And then it's like,
It's possessed by some evil spirit.
you might be right, Lynn. That's interesting. There's all kinds of weird coloring stuff going on. I mean, we're underground in sewers, and it's a light green and a light pink. So, I don't know. But then
And apparently she knows about
how did she know
the
about
bomb.
Okay.
Maybe
She's in the
because
yeah.
she's in the spirit world, and she kind of was hanging around Harvey.
Right.
And kind of knew about it. Farland, yeah.
And that's it. The end. Ha ha. Uh-oh.
Yeah. And she melts because she's wax.
That's it. Okay.
And she's happy because she got back at Farley.
I guess. He's, he did.
And so ends Farley, and so ends Latia, whatever her name is.
I'll tell you. We have letters. So, yeah, it's fun. I didn't read the letters. I'm sorry. So, okay. not in preparation. I have in the past, but not for the preparation for this. So here's this thing. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, like, it's like the
coloring.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. Those guys at DC didn't know what the heck to do with Jack. I really don't think they were in sync with him at all. Oh, hello. So we have this is one of those paste up jobs where we'll look at the pencil photocopy. It's not that obvious, but it's probable that there's like a rectangle of Bristol board that was glued to this frame mat thing for production.
I have the original art, and that's true.
Yeah. Okay. This is yours? You own this?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, yeah.
And
it's
Fred is the French guy, Fred Monza, whatever. Yeah, that's who Fred is there. He used to own it. It's a very classic, like almost like 40s kind of monster thing. It's the composition's very reminds me a lot of the 40s kind of thing, 50s.
Yep. All right, we're back. What's happening?
I like the splash too. This woman in the foreground's great.
Yeah, she's not in the center. She's not in the corner.
Yeah, I know. It's unusual.
The plant is in the corner. But no, it's great. And he's in the park. There's people running.
But they're not running from him.
No. Oh.
And again, with the, as you can see in the pencils, there's no skull in the D and D.
Of course. That's Mike's.
That's Mike's touch.
Flourish. That's his flourish. It's very nice.
For those who say that he only copied what the pencils were, this is a great example of that's not being very much true.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay. Oh, hello. Yep.
Another nice spray.
Great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great perspective. It reminds me a little bit of the perspective in when we were doing the Fourth World with Mr. Miracle. I don't know what number, 15-ish, 16, where he's like on a pole and you're looking down. Sure. I love these angles where you're like above and it's very cinematic. Because the monster obviously is huge, so getting that perspective and looking down at the demon is just from an art composition point of view is great.
By all the blazing pits, even Etrigan the demon has never seen the likes of this thing. So,
alive and angry.
I just like all the blazing pits. I'm sorry.
The blazing pits.
Yeah, by all the blazing pits. All right. Oh, he picks up a statue.
And he throws it.
Yeah. He's free. He's so happy to be free. He's got all these.
But he didn't mean to hit him.
Right. He's got all these
at him.
Spikes in his body. Right. Oh, gosh. Help me.
Ouch. So he's hearing this like sound that nobody else can hear.
Yeah.
But the demon can hear it.
I shall wait for the wielder of this evil power. Oh, and then he shows up. It's Igor. Or is it Igor? I never know.
I don't know. I was wondering about that. You know, you think, what year was this? Like 73, 70, 72, 73? Something like that?
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein, Igor.
Yeah, I know. What hump?
With the big eyes.
So good. Marty Feldman, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh.
That's a great movie. If you haven't seen Young Frankenstein, you definitely should get it on Netflix.
So right, Igor is using this electrical pulse whip thing, sending Jesus, it's like stuff through the electricity through those spikes that are in his body. He's a tormentor, and it's a demon, and the guy uses his instrument on Etrigan, and blunk, he conks out and turns into Jason Blood. No incantation necessary.
Wow. How'd
No
that
ESP.
happen?
No.
I didn't know that could happen.
No. So then we've got this kind of
putting
cool.
on the Ritz.
Yeah.
That was a great sequence.
Oh man. Yeah. He was my boyfriend. Anyhow, Frau Brucher. Right, so he's got records. His name is not Evilstein or Evilstein. It's something else. We see it in a minute. But okay. That's very nice. Mike did the little zappy things for the.
Yeah.
Write that out.
Dark in the background, which is nice because it kind of gave
the black over here.
A little more focus kind of thing.
Sure. Very nice. All right. We'll discover all we need to know of him. What kind of life can you create from this specimen, Your Excellency? Oh no. And he's like, what is his name? Oh, Rockenstein.
Yeah,
rock and roll. Rockenstein. So he's got. Well, I don't want to give it away. Does he say it here? No. Crazy stuff. So yeah, it's like, oh, I've got this amazing guy. I'm gonna keep him on this thing, and oh, there's the demon. Oh, the Baron doesn't fear him. But then, cut to Harry and Randu. And they're at Gotham City Hospital. They're visiting.
Yeah, because
visiting
Glenda after that episode from the last issue, she had to go to the hospital, even though the demon said not to fear and you won't be harmed.
Right. Yeah, books and candy. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, and she's wondering where Jason is. Oh, he got busy on the case that he's working on.
So Glenda doesn't even know that he's the demon yet.
And then we're back, and
I love how he like reaches back in like all the metal around Jason's blood. He just kind of squeezes like it's butter.
Yeah. Master, no, don't punish me. Reminds us when we both had shingles and we're like, look at my splotches.
I'm not an animal, I'm a man.
Right, so he breaks Jason's bounds a little bit, but then the electric lash comes back. Zaoush.
Zaoush. I hate when the Zaoush happens. It really is devastating.
Oh man, ouch. Oh, he conks him out. And he's getting harder to control, but look, yes, I simply must do something with this fascinating Jason Blood character.
Who's the demon?
Who I know is the demon because I've found it in my book. There's a book.
Yeah, we find out later why, but
Look at this! Oh my gosh, he put some fantastic headgear on.
Well, the page before he was they pumped him with drugs or something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And now he's apparently awake, but
Right.
yeah, it's interesting. This past two issues, the type is all kind of like this, kind of like
That blobby stuff.
blobby. Yeah,
It's good blobby.
good blobby. Blobalicious.
Blobalicious. Is it all from the Philippines though? That's the question. But I remember Mike said that he had like comics from the Philippines and he would get inspired by the display lettering and it's
Oh, really?
display.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd never seen the comics from the Philippines.
But this is the kind of stuff that the graffiti people really liked too. Like from Nez and Commandy, and then like later in Devil Dinosaur and Black Panther. Like this is the stuff that was like on the side of trains. But we're gonna. Oh, what are they doing? All right,
they're
the
zapping
ancient.
him.
Yeah, they're zapping him and hitting him with stuff, and he still survives. The demon is paralyzed.
They're like they're putting a lot of electricity, but the demon likes those things.
Yeah.
Of course, his clothes doesn't burn, but who's noticing?
And that's enough for the test. And they walk and they look at all the other beasts because it's like, where did the griffins come from? They came from my ancestors. Did we get to that part yet? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. But so yeah, they what did they do? They put
samples.
Put some of Jason's blood in the animals.
Yeah.
Great idea. Science. The science was the animals are not reacting very well. So,
and his fingerprints are just like they just like burn things. His fingerprints. I wouldn't want to shake hands with Jason Blood.
Right. So now we've got these, we've got the boys, and they're going to it, and
because they have nothing else in their life, even though Radu is like part of the UN, and I'm sure he had
all these clients that he's got to take care of in advertising on Madison Avenue.
But they seem to have time to like hang out at his apartment. They're always looking for him and
worried about him. There's all this stuff.
They're nice buds.
Good buds. You want to have it in. It's like they're Cosmo Kramer or something. But they go to this institute, and here's Miss Carver, who is apparently having some contact with our the monster. And where are they again? It's like the Institute of Parapsychology.
Kind of like the X-Men.
Oh, yeah. No, there's definitely nice 3-panel progressions. I love them. Yeah, I noticed that there were a lot of them in this one. So he hates them. They're bad. They're terrible. Jason notices that the paralysis is easing off.
They become buds.
A little bit of that. Yeah. And then they walk in and they zap him again.
And then they draw a line on his neck because they're going to cut his head off, stick it on the monster. I don't know how that's going to work. He's got a small head. The monster has this huge head. Maybe it gets bigger somehow. I don't know.
I don't know. It's comics.
And what happens when he becomes a demon? Does the whole monster?
What?
Or just his head?
I don't know.
I need answers.
This reminds me of that goofy movie Latitude Zero. If anybody's ever seen that thing, oh my god, just the wackiest science. All right, so yeah, we're gonna cut you here, buddy. Okay, and then yep. And then now I've got this even more fantastic torture device that my ancestors used to make all kinds of monstrous to make. I
don't know what that's supposed to do though. Is that like it's not something to cut? Huh?
More horrifying than a knife, I don't know.
No, it doesn't look like a knife though. But anyway,
Yeah, it's weird. So, and that's it. And then more letters. Bob Rozakis shows up. And then we have this. And it's kind of a cool cover.
yeah, I love this cover.
But what's interesting about it, now we don't have the original art
It's
for
all
this.
black background.
We don't have the original art for this, but what we do have is a photocopy of the ink job. So this is
wow.
Yeah, this is after Mike inked it, and I guess before it was sent off to National over in New York.
It's interesting you didn't do the lettering though yet.
Right, and there's Kirby's pencils. So
Cool.
it's just interesting to see. I mean, how nicely a nice job Mike did. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they blackened everything out on the floor and everything.
That was kind of my point from the whole thing. Yeah, it's
Wow, they did a lot of blacking out.
just filled in all that black, man, and it's like, dudes, like again, I complain about them because things aren't dark enough, but then they fill in the black, and I'm like, hey, what's with all the black,
Right.
The whole
Yeah, the
walls.
coloring is really, really dark. Even outside the black, it just
Yeah.
Same thing with the last cover too.
Yep. So they were. I don't know what they were up to. Jack Adler and Jerry Serpe and who knows who else. So well, I guess I see what we're leading up to here. So we've got our mega side by side.
So this is like, again, you got the skeleton and the D, a little different than the other two, but this is where it's kind of a flashback. And
Yes.
Again, we've lost any kind of narration by Jason Blood or Merlin, but it's kind of like an overall background that sets context for everything that's going on, basically.
Von Rockenstein, or Baron von Evilstein. But yeah, it's a beautiful piece of art. Holy smokes.
I used to own this one too.
Huh? It's really
I
pretty.
think
Really
I had
pretty.
Mike sign it. I don't know.
And then there's this, which is
The spread is great.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So this is like during medieval times.
Right.
So it's a
Right.
long time ago, and it's the ancestors of Evilstein or whatever his name is.
Here's a large guy in the corner.
Yep.
Thank
Corner guy. We got another corner guy.
Love Kirby's deep space stuff. So that corner guy always helps the deep space. Yeah, it's really cool. And he knocks everything down, chases after the Baron.
Ah!
That's right. He doesn't say die in this one. A little
Not yet.
disappointed. Peasants are like, oh, look at that. The castle's out. The monsters get free. Look at this Cyclops monster. Awesome. Griffin. And the demon's like, yeah. And that's it. And we're back. Oh, get ready for
Back
this.
to now. There's a the crazy device from his ancestors that we just saw. Apparently
then-
got passed down.
Poke you with a stick.
It's not a stick though. It's
I
kind
know.
of like this weird. It looks like one of those things that you'd use to grab something that has the things, like
It's like
you
one
pull.
of those David Cronenberg things from one of those movies that he made. I forget the name of it. Terrible, horrifying. Like you just look at the, it's like surgical equipment. You're like, oh yeah, that's not good.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah. But anyhow, check this thing out. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. So we've got our original art.
Yep.
Look at this horizontal line. We've seen this before. This was originally Jack's idea for an initial splash, but then he changed his mind because he made the space for the indicia at the bottom.
Hmm.
That's what I would take those clues to mean. So he drew this, may not have put the script on it, right? And then drew this in the sequence, and then was like, well, and then decided to go for
the overview story at the beginning.
Yeah. So
Mike also mentioned that he would go down, he would drive or something, go and get, he would like the titling at the top, reversed out type.
Yeah,
that's pasted on top there. He would have to go and get that done.
Oh,
remember he said that in our interview. So he would the small text at the top. He would
the small stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's just a paste up that he would paste on there.
That's a paste up of a reversed out stat.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't a stat because I have an example of that, and it's kind of like a photocopy basically. It's
bond paper. Right.
Yeah, that turned yellow and brown and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, there's a nice piece of tape right there. That's always good to have a piece of tape. But anyhow, I find that kind of interesting. That's my conjecture on that kind of stuff.
No, I think you're right. It looks that way.
So then he wakes up and it's like, well, see, I'm gonna make you my masterpiece. I'm gonna slap your head on top of this big monster, and because you have demon stuff, it'll be fantastic. Yeah. So, yeah. And the monster shows up, and he's all getting tortured again. Amazing middle tier panel here.
Yeah.
Amazing. Don't damage his body. It shall soon wear a more cooperative head. Hooray!
It's a nice angle, too. It's like you're down with the monster looking up at Igor.
Yeah, you're right.
And then that angle of his spikes brings you right over to the right side and a different view. Now you're kind of like, it's all movie kind of like perspectives changing.
And he's ready to operate. So let's go. Let's make it happen.
He's very anxious to get this thing done, apparently.
So, and we're back at the Institute. And unfortunately, so they're at Alan Hunter, an expert in the development of ESP. And unfortunately, the woman's name has changed.
What?
From this issue. Yeah. Jamie Wells. So the question is it a different woman, or did Jack just not remember, or I don't know. But
interesting.
If her hair was colored brown, I would be like, oh, it's a different woman from last issue because
no, it's the same woman. It's the same. She looks exactly the same, and she's the one that had contact, so it has to be the same.
And he has contact. She has contact again, but the name is different. So,
what are you gonna do?
I know. And then here we have our 3 panels again, which is just very cool.
I find the last 2 panels there kind of weird. Like, well, her face is kind of weird, really weird. Her face.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the right side, that guy, the guy's arm and everything looks just like out of proportion or something. Reminds me of the cover, the page 1 splash of The Prisoner, where the guy's like this. In his arm, it's like this huge
arm down here. This arm here.
Yeah, looks weird to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the prisoner's arms were not good. It's pretty cool though.
But it's more of these 3 panel progressions again, which is kind of cool.
Yo, sequential geek, what is happening, yo?
And there's another one here. Oops, no. This one.
Why are so many DC heroes color schemes tacky looking? I don't know. You mean the yellow and red of the demon? Well, I don't know. That was Jack, not necessarily DC, but there's definitely whoever those the house designers and colorists.
But you also have to remember back then there was none of this modern coloring that we were accustomed to today. They only had flat colors. They had very limited ability, and also the printing process was the paper was horrible. The printing process was horrible. It was all cheap, as cheap as possible.
So it was always picked up. Hey, Backblaze, what? Go away.
Oh, you have Backblaze? Cool.
All right, so they've got Jason and the monster are in this device. We have original art. I somehow feel that if we had the photocopy, I would have put it in. So I don't think we had the photocopy for this.
Very possible. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. That would be Mike Royer, the inker, sequential.
And Mike Royer actually takes pride in the fact that he inked every single issue. It's the only thing he ever did for Jack, where he inked every single issue.
The demon, yeah. All right, the instruments have been sterilized according to the ancient formulas. Check out my knife. It goes through this fibroid model. Incredible.
It's part of his ancestors, too.
Yeah.
It's totally dangerous even to touch.
Oh, yeah. So quickly, Igor, I'm ready to start. All right. Then what happens?
And then the demon has the motherboard. I mean, the mother box.
Under it again.
It's like the mother box. Captain America's mother box with his.
He's got some Philosopher's Stone dust in his boots.
Where did this come from? How did he get that? He didn't have it all along.
What is it? The fabled Philosopher's Stone. Jason Blood had removed from his pocket and hid in his palm. So he's always had it with him in his pocket, but he was able to get it out.
Okay. Oh, he should have. Okay. Well, that works.
Yeah, it's magic. Cool leaping demon shot here. That's kind of fun. Leaping demon. Kind of iconic. Yeah, trouble. Burns his hand. Wakes him up. Monster's breaking free. Starts throwing stuff around. Don't waste your energy smashing things.
He's afraid because now he's got, before he had a little like flute thing. Now it's like a big mega gun thing.
Electric lash again. Eek. And then what? Oh, he breaks through a wall. And he's out.
Because he's running away because he doesn't want the pain anymore. And so he puts so that Igor zaps the demon. And he escapes to the wall.
He escapes through a door now.
It's crazy.
Chapter 4. And we have a photocopy of that. So that's nice. Oh, wow. Look what Mike did. He put the type in a vertical box. Like that.
Yeah. Terror City.
Look at the size of him. Yeah, a little bit of panic in the streets.
He doesn't know what these cars are, these metal things, and they hurt him. So he crushes one. Yeah, and luckily the driver gets out just in time.
Mm-hmm. And then, he's reaching out for his friend who was in his brain. And it's a woman in the institute. And that's it.
That's all we got. Yeah, again, we're leaving you guys like with a cliffhanger.
And there's some letters. So that was what we just went through. We went through it.
Oh my God.
Like that big monster was being tortured,
That's really mean. They're mean.
But then next week we're going to I don't know. I feel like we're gonna. I don't know what we're doing. I think I scheduled this wrong because we were thinking about doing something on Sunday. Can't keep up. So, but next, because we still have to work out what we're going to do. We have 4 issues left. One Thursday. I don't know.
We could always do 4 on the last one.
We could do 4 on the last one, maybe. Maybe that's the thing to do. So we have some Clarion coming up.
Coming back.
He was a big hit. And then with the incredible missing type on the cover. Thank you, DC Production. Making a big mistake. And
there was a nice I think we have photocopies of it, but just a little preview. There's a nice cover that was rejected for that last issue.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I had Mike re-ink it, recreate. I redid the pencils myself and had Mike ink it years ago.
And I don't know. Tika will be back. And then the last issue is Morgan Le Fay. That was the issue that I bought off the stands. Kind of not almost just a little bit after it was on the stands. I bought it at an antique show in an armory in the next town over, but they were like comics from like the previous month or something that some guy was.
So that was like 1973?
I think. Yeah. No. 74.
74, yeah, it could be 74. Yeah.
So Lynn is asking about your recreation.
I could. Mike is. I've done a variety of things. So I probably most of them I recreated the pencils myself, and I did that because I really wanted to. Because I don't know. I just wanted to.
Isn't it like Mike really want to work off of a light box pencil? He kind of really wants to work off of pencils.
No, he does the light boxing himself. So
okay.
Yeah, it's just a question who does it. So
I got you.
It's cheap. It's cheaper for me to do it and then have him do it because he doesn't charge me as much money for recreations. Right. But Mike likes to do it himself sometimes. Well, all the time probably because he can anticipate how he wants to ink something when he's redoing the pencils. I like redoing the pencils because it's just, to me, it's magical. And it was I learned a lot studying the way that Jack worked. And one thing I found out was that when you're trying to recreate Jack's pencils, you have to look at them first and what he did. And then you have to basically just go for it. You can't be like meticulously, slowly doing stuff. You have to do it really, really fast. You have to just go for it and just, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If you try to be too exact and meticulous with the lines, then it looks that way. So I learned a lot in doing it myself, and I really like doing it. And actually, I'd like to do some more of that, but it's very time consuming.
There's a follow-up question from Lynn.
What is the follow-up question? Oh. Did Mike ink directly on the board? Yes, absolutely. If you go to whatifkirby.com, you can see all of them and in the creation section. So it shows the pencils I did, and then it shows what Mike did. So I scanned everything before I gave it to Mike. So I had my pencil version on, and I did it on Bristol board, 2-ply Bristol board. And I spent a lot of time with Mike because there's 2-ply Bristol board is not the same as it used to be back in the 70s. It's kind of like glued. It's all one piece now, and it's based on the thickness. But I did find a couple of paper manufacturers that have true 2-ply. And the reason Mike wants true 2-ply is because he never whites out. And what he'll do is if he goes over a line, he'll take his X-Acto knife and kind of carve it out and get rid of it. And you can't do that when it's just one solid piece of paper. You only can do it when it's 2-ply because you get that top layer off.
Right.
So maybe it's more information you want to know.
But no, we actually haven't had any contact with those folks. So I'm familiar with them, and but not we haven't hit them up for any Kirby art scans or anything like that. Thanks. And I don't know. I guess that's it. We're at 55 minutes. Not bad for a Thursday. And I don't know. Anything else? Please just check out our website.
Well, I'm going to be in
right.
LA actually tomorrow. Los Angeles. It's the second time I've gone to a show since the pandemic. Not very excited about it, but I'm going. I know.
Wear your mask.
It's the LA Comic Arts Show. It's in Redondo Beach, California, and it's at the Hilton Garden Inn. And we'll have some dealers there, and everybody's going to be socially distanced. We're going to do temperature checks. We're going to do, wash sanitizer all over the place kind of thing, and everybody has to wear a mask kind of thing. So it should be interesting. It's one-day event on Sunday, the 25th, this Sunday. And if anybody out there has Kirby art, and if you happen to be going and you happen to be in LA, please stop by. And I'll have the scanner there, and I'll have a table, so I'll be able to scan art. So we can continue to show this wonderful stuff to you guys.
Yeah.
And of course, all this stuff, flying out there, scanning, costs money. So please donate. Please become a member. Please help us out. Buy stuff on our gift shop on kirbymuseum.org. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. What else? Instagram.
Click the alerts. Yeah, I haven't done Instagram in a while. Sorry, folks. But yeah. But we'll get there.
Yep.
But thanks, everybody. Really appreciate you joining us. And I think the safest thing to say is see you next week. We'll do the same thing on Thursday. So
sounds good. Yeah. See you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day.